rational and open. I spent my whole life swimming in lies. Emily, what a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
Well, we have decided this already. It's a good thing, because we make it a good thing.
No, this is an advantage. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think. Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions. And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
It's probably Washington investigating our true nature. He's a running gag. I mean, he really appears everywhere. It's just funny. It's only in my run, I guess, but it's funny. Washington's always there to save the day. Yeah, do we have anything of interest here we should get? No. Okay. I mean, we're running a bit low on things. Ah, well, it's actually okay. Not that low. We're good. Let's see who this is.
Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk.
Yes,
How
indeed.
are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Cool. No, we're not gonna do that. We will not read his mind. That is cool that we can ask him now, and he's actually coming up front with this. Very cool. How long have we been in existence? Ooh, that. Yeah, let's hear that.
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Wait, I have to look at that. Okay, he's got an immunity to conviction. Uh-huh. I mean, I don't recall an option to talk to him and get some immunities. Or, what's that sound? Immunities or vulnerabilities. So that's actually very interesting. Maybe we should use what it's called. The Devil's Thorn. It will reveal the immunities and vulnerabilities and give us 3 essence points. Also, we're empty there, so why not?
Are you trying to get information from me?
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
Sounds good.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand, regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself, is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help, and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
Okay, considering us helping humanity makes it much more easier if there are only a few in the positions of power, right? From that point of view, monarchies would simply be better for us to direct humanity into good directions. But in general, of course, democracy is way better. Just we're not talking about that, right? I think we're all in the clear. But for this very specific situation, I think monarchies are better. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a monarchy, but only one ruler that we can control. I know this sounds terrible, but it's the way it is. I don't really know if we should side here with Mortimer or Home. I don't know. It's probably without any actual impact on the story, but still. I mean, both would be interesting. Convincing our own father of monarchies being more useful to direct and protect humanity, or convincing Sir Hole. Both would be cool. I don't know. I actually tend to one thing here, and it is this one. I tend to the pro monarchy for yeah, for the reasons that I just mentioned. It's more efficient, more direct, more control for us. Plus, it would be interesting to get closer to home. Because I think he's not that bad as he seemed to be.
Well, if our goal is to direct the future of humanity, it'd work out easier through a monarchic system rather than a
I
democracy.
see you're a quick learner. From now on, you know the fence that separates William from the rest of the family. If only he would stop steering the destinies of certain countries like France or the United States of America in such a dangerous direction. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Oh. Ay, 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 ay. This sounds interesting, but let's actually figure out if he's in any danger.
Are you suggesting he might be in danger?
Well, Louis, our father's patience is not limitless. If William ever does go too far, then yes, he will be in danger. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
It's so weird. But yeah, it's right. He is our uncle. That is so weird, though. My goodness. I would like to know more about Piaggi now. Get to know if he's actually a demon as well. Washington here, or is he collecting interesting things again?
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Perfect. And it actually didn't cost us anything. Yeah.
My dear George, I'd like to...
Heard that. Okay, no, he's not here.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Okay, we're full. Oh. Ah. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. Let's actually try to get into Piaggi's room via the balcony. Let's see if that works. Aww. Really? Oh, you're gonna be kidding me. Okay. Oh, come on! Caught in the curtain. Thrilling story by Louis de Richet. Alright. Oh. Wrong way again. Why am I always getting lost in these corridors here? It's always the same. Every single damn time. Oh, he's here. Let's have a little chat.
I haven't the time.
You have the
His
time.
Holiness awaits my report.
Yeah, that's why you're sitting here.
His Holiness awaits my report.
Sure. Sure thing. Is there anything left here? I actually wonder, I mean, we can still go into this room. I wonder if there will be something changing at some point. Or if she comes back. I mean, she ran away. Home thinks she's dead, but I'm not sure. Oh. Washing is there.
Why is his study in such a mess? Looks like Volner's planning something.
Okay.
What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted.
I still want to do this here, because I haven't done that in the last session. I'm glad we can do this now, so...
Landing stage. Right. So Volner is going to leave Al-Azif at the landing stage by the pier.
Once he's possessing it, I guess.
What a mess. Looks like Volner was interrupted. Looks a lot like straw, and he's drawn something in a hurry on this sheet.
I mean, we've done this, but I want to hear it again.
Straw on his desk, as if to protect something fragile. Yes, someone must have packed something away here.
I mean, what if he already got it? This is something we have to consider. Come on, Louis. Don't do the turn around thingy again.
Devil's Thorn.
Nice. He's got a pretty clean up room.
A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from von Volner.
Okay.
A chemistry set. That's not surprising coming from von Volner.
That's all. Okay. So we can't actually, I don't know, examine it? Alright. I think it's time to talk to Washing. Or go in here first. Alright, right. Yeah, okay, no. There's nothing left here. So, Washing. Hi.
Louis, busy as always, I see. How lucky you are. I must admit I'm trying to kill the boredom myself.
I get the impression we're all in the same boat.
And here I was thinking you might have some juicy gossip.
I wish I could entertain you, but apart from recommending a few paintings, I don't know what to suggest.
That's very kind of you, but I'm quite sick of gazing at all those modern paintings. Thank you, all the same.
Okay.
Please don't hold it against me, but I would like to be alone for a while.
Okay. I mean, didn't think this was an option to actually cut the chat completely. I was hoping we could choose another answer after that. Anyways. I mean, yeah, of course, he might have been able to share some gossip with us. But is gossip something we really want to hear? I am not so sure.
Louis, I was sure you would stay. I'm proud of you. You have made the right choice. You must have been disappointed not to have been able to speak to Sarah one last time. I would have liked her to tell you herself.
Well, I guess I'll never know now.
True. Even so, there is one more thing I haven't told you about her. Sarah was my daughter.
What? But why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say.
Sarah was his daughter? So we were brother and sister instead of Waldo. Instead of mother and son. Okay, that makes it very weird. Doesn't it? How do we feel? I would actually say intrigued. I mean, many aspects, there are many aspects about this whole thing. It's not so easy to say, like, we're relieved or anxious. I don't know, it's a combination.
Quite curious to find out more. My whole way of thinking has been blown apart in just a couple hours.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
Conviction and science. The rest we don't know. He's worried. Well, he actually is worried. This is correct. At least that's what I get out of the conversation. Diversion wouldn't make any sense here. I mean, why? Let's go with this one.
I think he's worried about it.
Worried? Marvelous. That's just like him. You know, in a family like ours, we all have a role to play. And his is to worry about everyone else. Let me reassure you, there's no reason for him to worry about me.
Like the relationship with your father, for example.
It's sometimes complicated, I must admit. I like to understand things, even if it means thinking outside the box. In fact, that's a character trait that you seem to have inherited.
Notice nothing. No, we're gonna notice something.
You haven't answered about your father.
What did I tell you? You are too curious, my son. Let time do its work. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, Demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
Yeah, I mean, I get his idea. It's pretty obvious. Like, giving people what they currently seek, you would calm them, right? You would quiet them.
So that's your project.
Of course not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas, if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
Talk to me about slavery.
Well, take the slave trade, for example. It's an archaic practice that simply has to stop. Today, black slaves of America work for free and in unbearable conditions. Tomorrow, if you free the blacks and offer them work along with a salary, they will bless you for it. Then, they will be integrated into the system. They will be taxable. Once they are free, they will have to work for a roof, pay taxes, and feed their families. Maybe we could take away the civil rights of prisoners, for example. In this way, we'll keep control of all those who respect the system and benefit from the others as a workforce.
So indeed has always a big plan behind everything. Yeah.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment, they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today, we are wasting too much time.
Damn, there's a good plan behind this. I gotta say. I mean, it's terrible to hear, actually, but yeah. I mean,
What obscurantism! By harping on this concept of good and evil, guilt and redemption, look where men are now, locked up in beliefs that should no longer exist. It's time for men to rediscover themselves and to take control of their lives, as they really are, without any moral judgment.
Tell me what you think about progress.
Progress is essential, Louis. It's the future.
What else?
Progress must liberate humanity from burdensome chores. Progress must replace man wherever his presence is not obligatory. It creates both the desire and the need. It will liberate women as soon as the machines are able to do all the chores in the home automatically. It will bring men together by bringing a faster means of locomotion. Look at the cultural revolution that printing brought about. But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach, Otherwise, man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits. And it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence, but humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are.
Well, I can understand that goal. It's still manipulation, but I don't mean it as a purely negative point. Hopefully choosing this one will not go there.
I understand your goal, but the change you propose is not really as significant. It is merely more smoke and mirrors.
You must understand that we directly depend on men. Consequently, we have to do our utmost to help them progress and to prevent them from killing each other.
Given the number of force, it doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good point, right? When it impose peace, and teach them to be autonomous.
And you think that's been a success? Humanity? It's almost always at war. And it's been this way forever.
Look, I'm not saying that the task is easy. We've all had failures. And at times, we have even suffered from conflicts on our own side. I'm doing my best to improve the situation. Our family clings to its privileges and to the past. And that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
Okay.
I don't see how I could do that.
I shall help you the first time.
How do you do it?
It's an animal resonance. How it works is still a bit unclear even to us.
Like a wave or a sound?
That seems the most likely, yes. In my opinion, demons are capable of tuning their psychic frequency to that of others. That is why, for example, I tend to surround myself with deaf and dumb servants. The servants dressed in black. I infiltrated them. I opened a channel between them and me, and then I deprived them of speech and hearing. This way, no other demon can turn them against me.
Okay. That's pretty brutal, though. What the heck? Okay. Guess we're ready.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides.
But Piaget is a demon himself. Maybe. Maybe.
You're going to use your powers to alter the
The
votes?
real game is about to begin, Louis. Up till now, the guests have been sizing each other up. From now on, it's time for Gregory and myself to play, as well as you yourself. Now, here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes.
Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes, you're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaggi had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaggi's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right. I'll take care of it.
Okay. Interesting. So now the real game begins. Between Mortimer and Holm, as always, I assume. That's why all their games end like that. Like that chess game.
Please don't hold it against me, but I would like to be alone for a while.
Before we go down, though.
Pardon me, monsieur, but I have work to do.
Before we go to his room, I want to go down and check the other rooms.
What can I do for you, sir? I am at your service day and night, sir.
As I was unable to bring my personal effects with me, I was wondering if you could find me a few items.
Of course, sir. What would you require?
You wouldn't have a little golden elixir I could use, would you?
Oh, unfortunately, sir, I have orders not to give any of that medicine to any of Lord
Question
Mortimer's
is-
guests. Some guests are here to follow a very strict treatment. Mixing or combining certain substances would be dangerous for sir.
Question is how much we gotta pay for getting those. Ha ha ha.
That's fine. I have no intention of swallowing this rim. You see, I generally use it to put the shine back on my shoes. But maybe you'd rather I ask permission from Lord Mortimer. Where is he? I'd like to tell him about my shoe problem.
Sir need do nothing of the sort. There is no reason to disturb Lord Mortimer with this small matter.
As you wish.
Here you are, sir. I hope sir will have enough with one bottle, as I haven't any more.
Oh, I'll make do. It's good of you to get this much.
May I do anything else for sir?
I still haven't quite recovered after that boat crossing. Would you happen to have any devil's thorn by any chance?
I am sorry, sir, but the devil's thorn may be just a plant, but it is also a powerful psychotropic drug that causes undesirable diuretic effects. I would advise against sir taking any.
You see, Tribulus cystoides is from the Zygophalaceae family, very rich in nitrates and potassium chloride. It was used in India 700 years before Christ, my good fellow, and I know nothing better to perk you up.
Oh, as sir wishes. Here is the herb, sir.
May I help you in anything else, sir?
A little Carmelite water would do me a lot of good. Could you find me some, please?
Oh, the tonics are under lock and key, sir. Lord Mortimer only allows access to them in cases of emergency.
Ah, damn it. This still costs 3. Nah, I think we're good. I think there was some commonly water somewhere we can still pick up. So I think we're fine. Okay. He's still here. Okay.
Duke Manuel?
Monsieur Bonaparte stood me up. Would you believe it?
Ah, the French.
So tell me, what can I do for you?
Oh, sure.
Earlier, you mentioned the arrival of a certain Al-Chief.
No, Al-Asif. I spoke to you about a certain Al-Asif.
Oh, sorry. I got mixed up. Al-Azif, then.
Oh. Let's read his mind.
Al-Asif. It's not really all that difficult to remember. I wonder what role he is to have in all of this. It should not be long before we find out. According to Sir Gregory, he will be arriving just before the conference starts.
It should not be long before we find out. According to Sir Gregory, he will be arriving just before the conference starts. I mean, he really seems to be thinking that it's a
I'm sorry to have
person.
troubled you. I'll be leaving.
Perfect! I was going up to my room anyway. See you later.
So, Holmes has planned something to do with the Al-Azif just before the next conference.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's definitely interesting. Golden elixir. Alright. Anything else? Just want to make sure I haven't missed out on anything. Because as we know now, definitely books can appear somewhere else, or notes.
Devil's Thorn. I'll keep it.
Nice. Yeah.
The Song of Roland. Roland feeleth his death is near, his brain is by their ear.
Okay, we can still go anywhere. That's interesting. Well, I mean, there shouldn't be anything new here, but who knows? Okay, Devil's Thorn is down here. Gotta remember that. Oh, can't get back in there. Interesting. All right. Can we check out the wharf? Can we go down there? Because Von Werner said something, or well, his report said something like the landing stage. So it would be interesting.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Would be interesting to check that out. Oh, got the right way. Yay. It's still a maze. Let's hope we don't run into Emma, actually. Nice. Emma's the last person I would like to see now. Can't leave water. Okay. Good, good.
Chronicles of the Amber Princess. As I recall, Dorkin was my favorite character. Amber crystals.
Bam! Amber.
Amber.
What? Are you kidding me? I missed out on 2 amber fragments here. What? I feel like we're almost maxed out though. I don't know how many are there, but probably, well, at least one more would make sense.
Great. Honey.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of points, which is great. Okay. Oh, we can. Cool. Cool. We have been collecting the coins. Devil's Thorn again, cool. Okay. Gotta remember that. Whoa.
barrel's been broken for quite some time.
There's jelly down here. Cool. Okay, so outside we will have royal jelly. And that jelly was definitely not there in episode 1. 100%. Okay, let's give it 99. I'm just thinking about it. But I'm pretty sure, I mean, we would have found that. It's so obvious, right?
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough. The sack of seeds, it's unopened. No one seems to have used any. Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time. There's nothing here. I'm pretty sure Volner hasn't dropped off the Alaziv yet. Maybe I'm too early.
Ah. Okay.
A lantern. Nothing special.
So we'll have to come back later. Later on. Ah, okay. But yeah, this is at least a trigger, so... I think we're just too early. But cool. So now we know that we are too early.